Hello everyone. Today I've got 3 horror books that are sure to raise your anxiety levels, but in a good way that horror books do, and not with the anxiety we face every day with the real world stuff going on. This is a good kind of anxiety, and you'll want to read all 3, of course. And to remind you, I have horror books for sale. You can find any of those books you see on your screen, and you can buy them directly through me at my shop, or you can purchase them through Amazon. They're all up there waiting for you, and both of those links are in the description. And if you want to join my Patreon, you can get 5 free horror books from other authors every month. You can get all my books for free, all my future books for free, free short horror stories, and other things. So if that's something you're interested in, check out my Patreon link. All right, let's get started. So the first book I want to talk about today is called Widow's Point. This one is fantastic. It's a classic haunting story, ghost story, but it really hits the mark well. Like, it'll remind you of all them good ghost books you read when you were younger. It has all those beats in there, all those arcs. But this one is also like a found footage type ghost story. And it's about a haunted lighthouse and a group of paranormal investigators who receive permission to go in there and record. They're going to be in there for like a week. They bring all their supplies, they bring their van, they bring all their equipment. And we're seeing it through the eyes of like diary entries and this footage that they took, because the cameras are always rolling. That's one of their kind of big rules. And the way these authors describe what's going on with the scenes and with what we're seeing on the camera, you can picture it in your mind, just like watching a good found footage horror movie. And pretty soon they're going to start hearing things. They're going to start seeing things that are inexplicable. Very, very creepy and very, very atmospheric. And which I really loved about it. It gives you goosebumps, you know. And then things are just going to get completely out of control as we start finding out secrets about this lighthouse and this area and what this haunting or hauntings is all about. And at one point it even includes one of my favorite horror things of all time. It's got a room full of mannequins, discarded old mannequins. These are going to play a part later on, and of course that section just freaked me out because I don't like mannequins, and that was absolutely great to read. But as it goes along, they're going to find themselves kind of under the influence of some of these spirits. Some of these things are whispering to them, and it's altering how they think, it's altering their behavior, and pretty soon it's just going to ramp up and just become more and more horrific. The tension in this one is excellent. It builds right from the beginning, and it just keeps going all the way through. And it's just, like I said, it's like one of the best ghost stories I think you'll ever read. Especially if you like that found footage vibe, like I do. It was just presented perfectly for this kind of story. Yeah, I absolutely love this one. Of course, I highly recommend it, and there's a link in the description where you can pick up your copy. And next we have Shit Show. Yes, believe it or not, this is a horror comedy, as it should be, but it surprisingly has a lot of heart. It's very heartfelt, very bittersweet at the end. It'll give you some emotions there. And I wasn't expecting that from something called, Shit Show. But here we are. But that's a testament to how great this author writes. And basically, it's about a guy. He's a sanitation guy. He cleans out porta potties and stuff. That's his job. He cleans up all the crap, for different events. And his mother has dementia, and he lives with her. He's taking care of her, and their relationship is really sweet throughout this. Like, it doesn't play a big comedic role like some of the other situations in here, and that's what gives it all the heart, I think. This relationship between a son really loves his mother, and a mother who's kind of losing her mind and can't remember things. And one day, he has to take one of the porta potties back to his house for a reason. You'll have to read about that reason. And his mother goes into that porta potty one night. She's kind of sleepwalking, and her mind's not right, and she disappears from inside the porta potty. She's taken somewhere else, and he, of course, is desperate to find her. Not only that, but there are other people from several counties around him. There's a string of missing people, and they're all kind of attached to these porta potties, and like in carnivals and fairs and things like that. And when he's going to go to investigate, and we're going to find out that there's something evil going on, and they're using the porta potties kind of as a portal to get to another world. A very, very dark, evil carnival is going on down there, and they're trapping people and making them into slaves to work for this carnival in these very horrific, torture-centric rides and attractions that this other world has. And they don't plan on stopping until they capture everybody. Let's put it that way. So he has to find him and a woman who is connected to this. They have to go into this other world and try to rescue the people they love, try to find a way to stop this evil. And along the way, of course, there's going to be a lot of very funny mishaps along the way. I mean, the whole situation is kind of a mishap in itself, right? You go into a porta potty and all of a sudden you just disappear, right? But it's very funny at times. But the terror is still there. The scares are still there because it's a very horrific thing that's happening. And like I said, it has that sweetness, this heartfelt sweetness between the mother and the son. And at the end, it's just a very bittersweet moment for them. And yeah, this one's got everything. And of course I loved it. And of course I highly recommend it. And again, there's a link in the description where you can pick up your copy. And next we have Daddy 11. All right, this one is fantastic. It's I believe it was 2022 or 2023 when this one came out. But of course I just read it, so I had to tell you about it. And it's basically about an island, and these people on this island, it's a very strange island. A woman, she goes to this island seeking clues about her dead son. Her marriage is falling apart because they're suffering this grief of their son having died in an accident. But the son, she thinks, left something behind, a little message for her about this island. She does research on this island, but there's nothing online. And we're going to find out why, throughout this book, why nobody has any information, even on the internet, about this island. Because they're a very close-knit group. People on the island stay on the island, and they protect the island. It's run by a female pastor, a priest, sort of. And they want the secrets of their island to be kept secret. And there's a reason for that. Because people go missing from this island all the time. And eventually this woman that goes to seek information about her son, she goes missing. And her estranged brother finds out, and now he's going to go to the island to try to find her. And this book will track the events leading up to this woman's disappearance, and we'll see that through her viewpoint. And then we'll see viewpoints from her brother and the things he's experiencing, because it's a really weird town. It's a really weird island. These people have obvious secrets. Like there's no technology there, no internet. Nobody's allowed to have a cell phone, no pictures. They don't talk about certain things. They're not allowed to. And there's a reason for that, because on this island, there be monsters. And they're very real. and they're very vicious and very hungry, and something has happened to ramp up the activity, and people are dying, and people are going missing at an extraordinary rate. And this book is going to cover all that and why. But here's the thing about this island, the big thing, is that they seem to be stuck in the year 1994. Everything there, from the clothes they wear to the vehicles they drive, nothing modern. Like they'll see people rewatching the O.J. Simpson's Bronco chase, like on a loop at the bar and on people's TVs. They repeat their actions every single day, all stuck in this seemingly time-traveling in the past world of 1994. And it's very weird and very strange. And you're going to have to read about why, because there is a reason, again, why. You're going to have to read all about that. And the thing I like about this book is that it gives up its secrets slowly. Some people have called this a slow burn, and I guess that's right, as far as like the revelations and the secrets come out slowly. But it's the ride to get there, man, that's really creepy, really effective. We know those monsters are real, so it gets horrific at times. And I loved all the characters in this book and the way they all interacted, and how some of these different characters on the island, how they all came together to be a part of this story when they could have just been one-off side characters, you know. Yeah, the author did a really good job with combining all of these arcs into one cohesive unit, and I was absolutely mesmerized by this book. I absolutely loved the weirdness of it, the monsters, of course, and I couldn't wait to see all the secrets that it holds, and wait until you find out what that is. It is something else, man. It's something else. Yeah, this one was great. Of course, I highly recommend it. And yes, there's a link in the description. And as always, I want to say thank you for taking some of your time and spending it here with me. And until we meet again, keep reading spooky, my friends.